broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzz TV fans, and welcome back to another episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia here at AfterBuzz TV. This is Season 10, Episode 8, and it's The Gang Goes on Family Fight. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and joining me tonight is...
Joe Doyle.
Marilou Mandl.
Mike Scocozza. And I just want to say I'm very excited to be here. It's Always Sunny is probably one of my favorite shows. There was a time in my life where I drank wine out of a soda can for far too long. And yeah, I love it. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on the panel, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Mike's the newest addition to our panel. He's going to be a regular host for the rest of the season. A few episodes left, so we're happy to have you on the show.
Yeah,
so then real quick, we have to find out who's your favorite character.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite. No, but no, come on. They all play so well together. I mean, I think Dennis because he's the most just insane character on the show. But I'll go with Dennis.
He keeps getting progressively more insane, which is amazing.
I recently went back and watched it from the first season, and it's crazy to watch the characters develop over each season. They just get more and more ridiculous, and but it plays so well together. It's amazing.
Yeah,
they're kind of normal in the beginning. It's like something went wrong and it just spirals out of control where they're ruining other people's lives as well.
Well, Cricket is like Cricket just gets worse and worse every single episode. It's great. I feel like I don't know the guy's name, the actor, but I feel like he's just like, make me as ridiculous as possible.
Yeah, he is the embodiment of their damage on the world.
It's true. Yeah.
I think he's one of the directors on the show as well. I know he does behind the scenes work. I think he's directed a few of the episodes and done some production work as well. So
and he's married to Emily Deschanel from, was it Bones? Was she on?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah, I know. I said this. I was like, what?
Go Crick, man. That's a good pickup.
I know.
Sexy.
Zoe Deschanel's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good first family. Yeah.
Yep.
But, all right.
Well, this episode tonight is basically a family feud episode where it's the gang as the family, and I mean, we'll talk about the game, but I just loved Mac's breakdown of how they made a family.
He's so excited.
That was great. He was so excited to be a part of it.
So badly to have a family, and he's like, and then Frank adopted me, and now I'm here.
It's like he was like a puppy dog, and just telling him he's like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense except for I love you and you're my favorite.
I love that he went back to the big, like Tommy Bahama type shirts.
Yes,
I was so stoked when I saw him wearing that.
Yeah, because he definitely rocked those a lot when he was cultivating mass. Yeah.
Well, that's his dress-up outfit.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is very true.
He was a TV appearance.
Frank didn't. He already stained his shirt immediately upon getting to craft services before the show. He was just fat stain just right across the front.
Probably the nicest thing he had to wear.
It's true. It's not sweaty yet.
Frank was hilarious in this episode. He gets so riled up and energetic,
and he gets in the zone. Like that first, like he just gets in the zone and gets the right answers. Well, I guess we'll get to that part when we get to that part. I was jumping ahead because it was shocking. It was like one of those Zen moments where he was on point, just like Charlie did when the health inspector came, and it was just he was right on point. So he was on his game today.
On his game. It was the Barrett family against the Reynolds family, and I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I think we all expected it to be a little bit more racist. Am I the only one that expected? I was kind of like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? I mean, they have a whole chapter just on blackfacing, and there's self-help books, so I'm expecting some crazy, plot twist to happen, and they didn't really go there with it this episode like they usually do.
Well, they definitely, when they introduced themselves to, the Reynolds family, they just were stone-faced, and that's like, oh, okay. So
they were really rude.
I thought they would be like, oh, we're playing these black people. But then they just hated them because they were battling against them. But I thought, racism is getting gonna get crazy.
I thought it was gonna get heated, and I'm glad it didn't. But
yeah,
kind of tricked me.
I was expecting a little Charlie McDennis where they were just like going at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's gonna be the next season. I think it was Glenn posted a photo on Twitter that Charlie McDennis 2 Electric Boogaloo is gonna happen next season. And so I love that you brought it up. Yeah, Charlie McDennis.
I was expecting more, like you said, just violence and hate towards each other, but it wasn't so much.
Yeah.
They didn't even need it because they're just so sad on their own. They're just so dumb and their answers are just terrible. But if I'm going to watch a show like that, like a family feud, family fight kind of show, I want the players to be kind of dumb. I mean, you don't want them to get everything right. You want to like make fun of them while you're watching. So
Yeah, I recently
loved
saw a clip from Family Feud with Steve Harvey, and they're like, so the two people are up and they're about to answer. So he asks the question, and then they both go, and he's like, nobody's gonna answer the question. Like, nobody says anything, and then goes on a rant about like they just didn't answer. It's funny. I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
I feel like that's exactly how P was doing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played it so well.
Yeah, he was just
He did a great job.
so pissed off. He's like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Because the Reynolds family is completely insane, but they were like especially insane in with some of these like questions. The fact that Frank wanted to change the number one answer. He's like, actually, you know what? No, that wasn't right. That boggled my mind. It's like, Frank, you're an idiot. You got it right. Shut up.
Yeah, what was it? It was like, what can you eat that can't eat you back? And he said a pig. And then he got the number one, like, you know, the right answer, like, as high as you can get. And then he was like, actually, I saw a pig eat a man once. And then this gets into this really gross story. And everyone's like, why would you take that back? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's true. It is in the movie, one of the, like, Silence of the Lambs sequels, where a guy gets eaten by a pig. So I guess, yeah.
So there's some truth to Frank.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen too. Yeah, and it was carnage. They were hungry pigs.
But I think in Family Feud, when they do those surveys, it's not necessarily if those are the right answers or not. They're just the answers that are most
popular. Yeah.
So
and
it could be completely
they brought
wrong.
that up too. They're like, well, we got to think of dumb answers because people are going to give dumb answers.
It turns out that one of those people happened to be Charlie, and like that's
Dragons.
No wonder he was getting all these like outliers right. Dragons, and then bride was my favorite. Just the stupid. What do you use to groom yourself? A bride. Oh, of course. Because you can't have a bride without a groom, and you can't have a groom without a bride.
And Nightman, he's like, what is? We don't even know what that means.
yeah, Nightman. You go, no, come on, Nightman. That's ridiculous. We made Nightman up. There's no way anyone else can know what Nightman is. Charlie did.
Yeah, after he started getting him right, you could see the wheels turning in Charlie's head, but he wasn't getting it. And then you knew it was going somewhere. And then he says, "Oh yeah, I got asked at the mall to take the survey," and he was like, "I gave these answers," and then it like finally clicked for him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I thought it was some government thing, and then there it is. Yeah.
I love for the grooming question, Dennis's answer was laser beams. Because I kind of agree, like laser hair removal, that's a great grooming tactic.
No, it's true. I have gotten my back laser hair removed. I didn't do the front, so I kind of look like a frosted mini wheat. But yeah, I did have my back laser hair removed. So
Well, sea urchin was a correct answer too. It's an animal that doesn't eat you back.
And
right?
I've tried it. I tried sea urchin at my local sushi place. Not for me.
Yeah.
It was horrid. It was. I mean, I love sushi. But not. I'm not going sushi with sea urchin ever again.
Uni's not for everybody.
Yeah, uni. That's what it was. Yeah, it sounded cool. It did not taste cool.
I love how Dee starved herself for this big TV debut. She's just like so desperate to be famous and have her 15 seconds of fame, and then she gets up there and faints because she hasn't eaten for 3 days.
Yeah, and she was ready. She was ready to go to town too. What do you eat that doesn't eat you? Cock.
Yeah.
What a D.
Like chicken?
Yeah.
It's like, you get it, it's a double entendre.
Yeah.
Cock. And she said it again, and it was like, oh.
She also passed out on top of her fart toy, her fart keychain, so that didn't help the situation at all.
The perfect way for Dee to go out. Most embarrassing
Most
way.
fitting, yeah.
Yeah. She definitely D'd it up.
I wish she would have danced, done some kind of like wacky wavy arm dance like she does.
Her inflatable car salesman dance she does. She's so good at that move.
So good at that move.
I'm surprised that there was no like dry heaving and then there was no accents.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that she was gonna clam up, but instead she just passed out.
What did he call her hands when she broke the
Anvils.
anvil?
And she's like, do you want me to answer? He's like, what are your hands, anvils? He's like, do you want me to answer that question or the other one? I don't know anymore.
Absolutely destroyed that thing. Scared the crap. I'm just like sitting there. I got my Go Girl, drink, just like drinking it. Go Girl. It's not just for women. Anyways.
Go girl, it's for Joe.
Yeah, it's for me too. I'm just drinking it, enjoying myself, and then she breaks it. It scared the crap out of me. I almost spilled my popcorn.
Well, I have to say, like, if I were on a game show, like, I'm pretty clumsy. I would be the one on our team that would break the buzzer.
We should all do. We should
It would
all
be
Good
me.
thing there's no buzzers right here.
Well,
Way too
at any
excited to
moment,
hit it.
there's something that could break. I'm just telling you, I'm very clumsy. You're sitting on my side of the table. I apologize ahead of time.
It's true, and I've gotten clocked a couple times.
I'll watch
with her.
out. I'll watch
For
out.
her gesturing, I've gotten clocked a couple times this season.
You got to
So much.
keep it under control here.
Listen, no, I refuse. You can't hold me back.
You put on some P Diddy and you're just gonna go off.
That was the wildest part of the episode, though, when she smashed the button. I felt like they kind of kept it pretty tame for the most part this episode. I mean, we're like, where's the racism? Where's the crying and the dry heaving? And I mean, even Dennis, he ended up in the fetal position at the end. And, Dee's fainting. It was pretty, like, tame and calm for these
I thought it was interesting that the host was the only person that seemed to get annoyed by them. Like, no one else working on the show was like, these people are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was just him getting annoyed. That was great because everybody else is like, no, we love this. This is great television. And he's just like, what the hell is going on?
You know those producers sitting there, they're like,
Oh yeah, they're
like,
eating, they're
honey.
eating that up.
Yeah.
counting dollar signs in their head.
Yeah.
Shout out! Speaking of that other family that was okay with them. Shout out to the mom from the family. Like you were like, oh, where is she from? And I thought about it, and I was like,
the mom from Friday.
Friday. Yeah, I love that. That's a great movie.
And she's had an awesome career. She's been in everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so shout out to the mom from Friday.
And I love that they had Peel from Key and
Oh,
Peele.
man,
Do you guys
great.
watch that show at all?
I do.
Yeah.
Key and Peele, I enjoy it.
Yeah, they film a lot of it at Universal Studios, and so like sometimes I'll be at the back lot and I'll see them getting all set up and they're closing off the area. It's pretty cool. They're friendly. They waved all the trams if they see them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like how, like, all the comedy shows right now, they keep doing these crossovers where Always Sunny Gang is going on the Mindy Project playing different characters and on New Girl, and, it's kind of cool seeing them play similar but different characters.
Well,
It's
Peele's
like a
killing
toned
it.
down version of their characters. Yeah.
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 And like Peele
Like-
was just on not Community, Parks and Recreation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he married Donna.
Oh.
And yeah, that was great. That was really cool. Yes, he's killing it.
Adorable.
He's absolutely killing it right
Donna's
now.
wedding.
Oh man, let's just take a moment of silence for Parks
For
and Rec.
Donna's wedding.
And,
For Parks and Rec
and
ending.
for Donna's wedding, because that was a moment of silence for that.
Touched you very
It
deeply,
did.
apparently.
I shed a tear. I did. I'll shed a tear when this show, finally hangs it up too.
One more. We got one more season.
Oh man, I can't wait. Charlie McDennis too.
Electric Boogaloo.
I'm more excited than I am for Age of Ultron, and I'm excited for Age of Ultron, y'all. I really am.
You're about a 9.5 on Age of Ultron. Season 2, you're on about 11.
11
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
for Charlie McDennis to Electric Boogaloo. Get out of town. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I can't believe there's only 2 more episodes left of this season. I feel like it flew by. We just started doing this show, and you just joined us.
I know.
Well, at least there's another season left. So
Yeah, one more. We'll make it count.
Many more to come, but we
Yeah.
just have to wait a little pause in between, sadly.
Well, speaking of lasts, I mean, this is gonna be my last AfterBuzz. After show for Always Sunny of the season. I'm going on tour, stand-up tour up the West Coast, so
Yeah.
I'll be gone the next 2 weeks. So this is my swan song for this.
Yeah,
for
but
this
if
season.
you guys are in cities across the West Coast, maybe you catch Joe Doyle.
Oh.
See, look, I told you.
Yeah.
Knock something over.
Talking with those hands.
Yeah, you should. You should. Just go sit on the couch and you get a different camera.
Yeah, no,
It's
but
safer over there.
If you are in Seattle on the 13th and 14th, you can come check me out, and then I'm gonna be in Eugene, Oregon. Go Ducks! Kaitlin Olson's from there too, on Sunday the 15th. So check
Good.
me out. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah, didn't she start your improv group in college or something?
Yeah,
you're
she was like the
saying?
founder of the improv group. I had no
That's so
idea
cool.
that she was in because we didn't go to school at the same time, and then so Absolute Improv. Shout out to Absolute Improv.
Well, Joe, you will be missed for the rest of our after shows, but I'm sure you'll be having a blast on your road trip for work.
We can't talk about it. I'm getting emotional. We can't do this right now.
I know that you guys at home are listening to us from all over the world, so if you are up the coast in Oregon, California, Washington, be sure to check out Joe's Twitter and Instagram and see if he's performing in your area.
Yeah, do it. Come check it out. I'll buy you a beer after. Well, only a couple people.
There's like a 3-person limit on that.
The first 3 people get PBR. And then the
first
second,
3 people get the cheapest beer.
Beer.
Well, I mean, I want to drink, but I mean, I gave up beer for Lent, so I can't really have a beer with you. But we'll see what happens.
Well, you have to give away the beers that people are gonna buy for you. You just like keep them on the side and be like, oh, thank you, we're coming.
I thought the whole reason was performing, so you get a beer tab. That was the whole thing.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Right now, I get a soda tab.
Okay.
That's all right. You have your soda tab.
A tab of anything is okay.
Ooh, a tab of
Yeah,
tab.
it's free anything.
Yeah.
Your tab.
Tab. I wanna talk about the final episode, like the final round of the family fight night, like that where Frank kills it, just gets every 100% answer, and then that's when we see the greatest meltdown ever.
Well, I have to say I did love Frank's face when he's like.
Oh yeah,
it was a face that only Frank could make.
It's like amazing. But then definitely one of my favorite moments is the Dennis breakdown.
The meltdown.
Oh man, it was just classic. Because of course he's gonna hate that buzzer because he's perfect, and he tries to be so perfect, and he's the worst out of all of them the whole episode. And it just every time it just breaks him down more and more and more.
It's so great too because Frank doesn't care at all. He has stains all over his shirts and he's saying whatever he wants. He just gets everything right without even caring. And then Dennis is, trying to be all cool guy when he comes out there, but he's so dorky and he's just like failing miserably. And you're just like, oh, you suck so much, and that's why you're in the fetal position because you know it.
Frank had that old school moment, like when another Frank.
He's like, what happened there? I blacked out.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So it was like totally like same kind of moment. 2 Franks. Maybe it's a Frank.
It's a Frank thing. Yeah.
It's the Frog Boy.
Frog boy. Exactly. It's the Frog Boy.
Oh man, it was a great episode. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like how they keep switching it up this season. The game show is definitely something new they haven't done before. They keep kind of doing whatever they want, I feel like. Ever since that Emmy episode, where they were like talking about how they never get awards or whatever, and they have like the bars, and it was kind of like playing on the fact that they never get nominated. It was basically like a statement like, we're going to do whatever we want, and this is our style. And I just love how they take it full on that way.
I like it when shows do that. I feel like that's what Parks and Rec did this last season. It's like, this is our last season, but I feel like it's cool because most of the time you only get that for their last season for a lot of shows. It's like, all right, it's the last season. We're putting on all the stops and doing everything that we always wanted to do. But I feel like it's really cool and really fortunate that like the creative team behind It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia said, we know we're the bomb. This is probably their exact words. We know we're the bomb. We're going to do what we want, and you guys are going to reap the benefits at FXX.
Hey, it's working.
Yeah, it really is.
We're reaping the benefits here.
Yes, we are.
And the characters get crazier and crazier, which I love.
Oh, man. It's great. I know that I relate to Mac the most. But
because
Frank
of the karate moves?
I do karate moves. I assess, like the safety situations, do ocular pat downs a lot. And I'm cultivating mass right now. This is my cultivating mass feature. Got the beard. So next season, who knows? I might be skinny Mac.
I don't know. I did a photo shoot recently, and I had to wear a duster, and I was stoked that I got to wear a duster. I felt like I was embodying Mac.
That's awesome.
So maybe we should get you a duster for next season.
I'm gonna get a duster.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. What's the duster?
What's the duster?
Jacket, the big jacket.
Oh, like the detective jacket.
Oh, okay. Or like the overcoat.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna do it.
Well, he said it's so cool. It's like, I was at this photo shoot and I wore a duster. I'm like, well, I automatically want to wear a duster now because if he's wearing it at a photo shoot, then it's got to be dope. So.
Were you picturing like a feather duster, like French made? So weird.
It's like,
I've done that as well, but we won't go there.
I mean, truth be told, if anything, if I think like snap decision what a duster was, perhaps like something with like a cool blouse, not like a guy blouse. You know what I mean? Like one of those like cool hip things with like the frills. I don't know. That's how I.
A cool hip thing with the frills.
Like
I don't even know what that means.
Can you please wear this the next time we see you? Wear this on your tour.
I'll get it. I'll wear a duster every damn month. I mean, it just sounds cool. Now it sounds cooler.
It does sound cool.
Like duster, like like those big trench coat like a cowboy wears.
Yeah.
Okay, that's way cooler than what I thought it was. I agreed to wearing a duster now.
All right,
I guess I'm still on
Next
board.
season.
Yeah. Next season I'll come on board. I have a pea coat, but it's not long enough, I don't think, to...
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as badass.
Okay.
The duster's far more badass.
I also would like to wear a cowboy hat. If we're doing this, I'd like a makeover.
I feel like since you're missing the last 2 episodes and ditching us for your comedy tour, when you come back for next season, you should just have to dress up as Mac.
I'll do it right now. I mean, I'll just
We gotta get you some like temp tats.
Temp
the
tats.
feather.
I know you got a closet full of Tommy Bahama shirts somewhere.
You know what? No lie. My favorite pajamas are Tommy Bahama pajamas. They're so comfortable. Oh my goodness. And they're flowy, and I feel like sometimes I just sit down, have a glass of wine, listen to some Jimmy Buffett, Radio Margaritaville, and just enjoy. I mean, I'm 33. That's cool. I can do what I want. It feels good.
Jimmy Buffett's like 70 and does that all the time.
Oh my
so
God.
Yeah, you're fine.
But Jimmy Buffett is also timeless because he was one of the first concerts. Second concert. I went to Beach Boys and Jimmy Buffett.
You would
Dope.
think that you'd had like some endorsement from Go Girl and Tommy Bahama, but he really is just passionate about brands.
Yeah. I am. I love Tommy Bahama, and I have a Go Girl every time I shoot an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia After Show. You can't fight the moonlight.
I mean, we're talking about outfits. I'm already pre-gaming for Halloween next year. Me and my buddy have talked about dressing up as Vic Vinegar and Hugh Honey.
Ooh.
So I don't think anybody would really get the reference, but we would sell it. I would be Hugh. He would be Vic. He's a little more badass looking.
Well, speaking of looking into the future and planning, like for the future, should we talk about some predictions?
Yes, let's get into some predictions.
All right.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
I think Mike should go first.
I mean, how do I predict what's going to happen next? I have no idea what's going to happen next.
Exactly. It's really weird to predict for this show because every episode is like a new fresh kind of thing. So we usually make really outlandish predictions that don't come true, but we try.
Okay,
so,
well, I mean, I'm
give it a whirl.
I'm from Pennsylvania, actually.
Really?
Yeah, north of Philly, about an hour or so. So I know Philly very well. And I'll go out on a limb. I'll say that there are some South Philly institutions like Pat's and Gino's and a few other places. I think they're gonna work into the rest of the season at some point.
Okay.
I don't know what that means about anything, but I like when they really bring Philly into it. So make it feel authentic.
All right. Yeah. Okay, well, so all season I've been going with the public transportation thing.
Which they didn't show much
They didn't do this
tonight.
time, so I was like a little disappointed. But they brought up Nightman. I predict in one of the next 2 episodes a musical number.
Oh, I hope so.
That's a good
I hope
one.
so.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be great. Okay, so I predict, and I know I'm not going to be around to figure out if I'm right or not, but I predict that it's getting to the end of the season. Oh, first, as far as Philadelphia goes, I predict that Philadelphia is going to really enjoy Kiko Alonso and getting rid of LaShawn McCoy.
Shady? They love Shady.
Yeah,
there,
since
man.
we're talking about authentic football. But, I mean,
I
authentic
don't actually
Philadelphia.
support Philadelphia sports teams. I'm going to put that out there on the record.
Okay.
I dislike all Philadelphia sports teams.
But I think there's going to be a
Just
death.
saying.
I think there's going to be a death. Someone's going to die.
Someone's gonna die.
Really?
I think. I'm just throwing it out there. We'll see if I'm right or wrong.
They're going to actually kill Cricket?
I don't know who they're going to kill.
No, it's somebody else.
But something tells me that they're not going to make it out of Philly. That's my prediction.
Man, I don't know where I want to go with this. I mean, my predictions have all been wrong so far. I was predicting Frank with some whores and some drugs, and none of that happened. So
No
I'm
one
just
even
going
got
to stick to my former prediction. Maybe it will still happen. Grand finale. We'll see.
There you
Still
go.
holding out for some whores and drinking.
Yes.
Drugs,
Still,
whores.
I'm just like expecting it. I'm like, where is that?
Yeah.
It hasn't been there for a
It
while.
hasn't been here
Yeah.
yet, and it's always there. So I'm just like, is Frank out of this phase? Is he gonna relapse into it with a stripper phase? Who knows? Guess we'll just have to see. But so Joe will not be here the next 2 weeks, but we will still be here in the studio wrapping it up. And by the way, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show. Be sure to check us out on iTunes. Just look up AFTERBUZZ TV and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We have tons of different shows, and you can check us out on Twitter as well. And where can they find you guys on Twitter?
Use my name. It's Mike Scocozza, SCOCOZZA for Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Marilou Mandl.
Twitter at Jojo Doyle and at Villard Hall, University of Oregon campus at 6 o'clock on March 15th.
Very nice. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Danica Kennedy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.